Hi, welcome to Everything Embedded. In this video, we will be talking about Microsoft DOS operating system, how to write programs or how to create applications for the legacy Microsoft DOS operating system. Well, you may be wondering why are we even talking about Microsoft DOS in the first place? Well, this operating system is still in use in many places, especially in the embedded world. It is still used. And in case if you are one of those lucky person or unfortunate persons, the way you say it, if you ever come across and if there is a requirement for you to work under such an operating system, then maybe this video can be of some help. So this is just going to be a video which is just for introductory purposes. I'll try to cover some more details as we progress along in some other YouTube videos. So yeah, we are back to 1993, and so I'm showing you the Microsoft Quick C compiler. So this is how I started my programming. First, so writing code in C for the Microsoft DOS platform, and here I have the Quick C compiler. It's just C, by the way, not even C++. And before I even say this, this operating system uses about 16 MB of RAM, 16 megabytes of RAM, and it has 1 GB of hard disk. Let me exit to the command prompt and I'll show what I mean. So I'll just give a mem command. So yeah, so total memory free is around 14 megabytes, and as you can see, it is very similar to the Windows command prompt which we just see now. But just in case if you are not aware, this used to be a full-fledged operating system called as Microsoft DOS. So I'll go back and I have installed a Quick C compiler as well. In case if you want to use this, I will upload the entire virtual image of this operating system along with the compiler, so you can try any programs you may want to. So I have installed the Quick C compiler, Microsoft Quick C. It's a very convenient compiler. I'll just go back to the compiler, open the file, and I'll show the code which I have written. So it's a very simple code. All it attempts to do is display a text called Everything Embedded somewhere in the center of the screen with the background set to blue color, and it waits for a keyboard input and just resets back the mode. So what does this compiler looks like? So let's see the menu options before in fact even trying to run the program. So the interesting bits are, so you can change what sort of environment you want to choose, whether you want to build this executable as a debug build or a release build, as you must be used to using the Microsoft Visual Studio these days. And here you can specify the compiler flags, whether it's small, compact, tiny. This is the memory model, by the way. So if it can produce an executable which is less than 64 kilobytes in size, yes, kilobytes which we are talking about, it will occupy only 64 kilobytes max in the RAM as well. So it can produce very small executables which take a very small footprint in the memory. And yeah, you can play with these settings, and I think the tiny one is the most smallest one. In fact, there is an article by Microsoft which was released last year where they were actually explaining how to use these features still. So these options, these features still are used by some companies somewhere, and I'm sure you will find millions of lines of code and examples on the internet for this one. Really, I mean, you won't be out of luck for this one if you are stuck. But let's go back again to some other options. So, and I'm just going to cover the interesting one, you can set the breakpoints from the debug menu, and this is how you run the program, and this is how you build your executable. And this, as you can see, it's a very standard thing. So what I'm attempting to do is, let me run the program first. Let me run this application. So I'll press F5. So it's just a simple thing. It just sets the background color to blue and just displays a text called Everything Embedded. It's a very simple program really to get you started into the world of MS-DOS if you're not used to. And why is it relevant today? Because it occupies a very small memory footprint. Within 16 megabytes maximum, you can do so many wonderful things with this operating system. It can be very useful really. And I'll exit back to the compiler. So, and just to show you the code really, the code is very simple, to be honest. So we make calls to, and if you are stuck anywhere, you can just press F1. It should take you to the help window. This has a very good help as well, and it explains what it is, and you can see the examples. It also comes with examples as well. So here are the examples which allows you to play with this code, and I'll close this window. So what we are doing here is we are setting the video mode to the maximum resolution which is supported by MS-DOS. In this case, since I'm using the Microsoft DOS, it supports the maximum it supports is the VGA mode, so the VGA monitor. In this case, it was 640 by 480, and there are other versions of DOS, free DOS, which can go much higher really. We'll cover those in the next videos, but to keep things simpler and to introduce to us to what exactly was Microsoft DOS, just in case if you are not used to, so this can be a very useful beginning really. So we set the background color to blue, and we set text color to white. We set the text position to a particular row and column, and just display the text using out text. As you can see, it's a very simple, around 10 lines of code, but remember this is in C. I will again repeat. So yeah, you can just display this text, and if I rebuild it, and if I exit to DOS just in case to see what is the size of the executable, so it is around 19 kilobytes. So as you can see, the executable produced by this compiler is 19 kilobytes in size, test.exe. We can run it from the command line as well. So here is it, and let me exit back. So yeah, so this is a very short video to explain what this compiler is, and other option is to, if you want to change the include files, change the library, change the help files, and if you want to do that, and this again is to specify which language you are using, whether you are writing it in a C code or whether you are writing in the assembler. We will cover these things in the future ones. I'm really very keen to go through all this as well, because this is where I started my programming from. So it will be good to go back just in case if there is anyone out there who's interested in such things, so it could be useful for them. If you're not, just skip these videos really. So this is for someone who love working for DOS, or who just want to see how these legacy systems used to work. And yeah, so this is a very short video really, and what else can we talk about? So I'll exit this compiler. We already seen it running. So this is where this folders, this compiler is installed, and if I go back, this is a directory layout. So I'll go into the DOS folder, and here you have all the different sort of commands and other things which are available there, which you can use. I'm sure we are all familiar with this from the Microsoft, from the MS-DOS command prompt, or command prompt as it is called in Windows these days. So yeah, this should be simpler to follow. I hope you like this short video really. I know it is very short and it's not much to start with, but this is just a beginner video to get your feet wet in case if you're not used to writing code for this. And again, I will repeat, the QuickC compiler is in QC25, and just go to the bin folder and run QC, and here you can write your code. So thanks very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next video shortly. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye bye.